Folks, so much to talk about. The top of the hour here, we could talk about how much money I'm currently losing on Tesla. What is this Tesla rip? Moon Gang, what is this Tesla rip right now? I don't know what it is, but it's costing me a lot of money. This is insane. Who's buying this thing? I want names. I want answers. This is ridiculous. All right, sorry about, I don't know what was going on with the stream. Like it kicked off on both Rumble and on Twitch, but not on YouTube. That was weird. I don't even know if it probably ended up breaking it on, is it working on Rumble? All right, I think we're actually somehow going. YouTube having some weird problems, but hey, Moon Gang, we are live. We are live. All right. Now, I'm seeing from some of your comments that Gasparino is talking about AMC today with Clayman. Is that true? Can someone confirm or deny that for me? Because if so, we could bring it up. I have Liz Clayman up right now. She appears to be something about revving up the economy, something about the infrastructure bill being assigned and all that good stuff. Let me know. Yeah, true now. He got canceled. Why does my car smell like celery? That was yesterday. I don't think he would have been on air yesterday. The market wasn't open yesterday. I'm just trying to find this Gasparino thing. It's always fun to know what he has to say about AMC. One of the most uninformed people of our time. Nope, that's someone else. Where is he talking? Wall Street, that was an hour ago. Nothing happening. I'll be talking AMC today, manipulation, tune in. Haha. Ha. Where's he talking? We need answers, Charles. We need answers, man. What else do we have? Of course, it has to be about this piece that he's saying. I'll be on TV talking about AMC stock manipulation. Tune in. I need a time. I need a place, man. How does he expect us to pay attention? Oh, Clayman. All right. Alert. He's back. Wall Street crowd. Gasparino is back live with me, 3 p.m. Eastern. Fox ideas on how I should welcome him back. Let me know. Tune in. All right. Well, I have it up. We can listen to him whenever he gets going here. Let me get the volume in my headset. All right. I can hear her. And as soon as like it announces that he's coming on, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But we're ready for that. Honestly, Tesla might be going up right now because of this. The infrastructure bill, expand EV charging stations. I'm curious. My thesis is that everyone upon this announcement may be coming out at whatever this is, 240. Did Lucid rip? Where did Lucid just go? Lucid started to pick up. Rivian started to pick up. Very well could be just related to whatever in the world's going on with the infrastructure bill, because obviously as they build out the EV charging infrastructure, that's obviously going to be a net benefit to these individual companies. So that's my going thesis there. I also wanted to get in and more, I suppose, cohesively explain the concept of buying the dip. I wanted to give you a better understanding, because I'm still seeing such a crazy amount of false information about it. So I just don't know what time they're speaking, and I don't want one rant to interrupt the other rant. I guess we're just waiting. AMC having a great day. Broke over 43, currently at 42.68. Jamie broke over 211, currently at 208. In terms of these updates, AMC, they've returned 53,000 shares. They borrowed 683,000. Interesting. Estimated short interest currently for AMC is 16.4%. The estimated short interest for GME is 8.64%. I'm just trying to better understand. One day, my gravestone, I'll have written, Matt Kohrs said my car smelled like celery twice. Oh, love it. Crossing rants is a bad thing, man. I know. That's what I'm saying, is I don't want to mix up two different ones. What's up with the level 2 on AMC Webull? Later. I don't see anything messed up with this right here. Is there something specific going on with the level 2? It seems to be working. Remember, when you're looking at Webull's level 2, this is exclusively the New York Stock Exchange, one of 16 lit exchanges. So there are other lit exchanges. There's all the market makers. There's all the dark pools. This is just like a one little, I guess, portion of the overall picture of what's going on. The chart, this chart, that chart, what chart am I looking at? If there's something wonky with the chart here, that's literally just like poor coding. That's a poor UI thing. That's not indicative of something, I guess, nefarious. I mean, it's just poor data representation. Check the real Brennan B. Okay. Let me check out this Twitter account. Yeah. This is just poor code. This is just like a poor coding job. Like, they like miscoded this, because what you care about is the actual bid and ask. Look at the highest bid, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That makes sense. And then the ask, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39. It would be weird if the bid and the ask were out of order, but this should always be increasing, and then this should always be, I guess, increasing if you come down. So decreasing on the ask and increasing on the bid. This right here, hey, Gary Gensler, want to explain what the fuck you do all day? No, that's like a misinterpret. Like, this is just bad code. This is just like a poor UI. This, trust me, Webull's graphical display, a level 2, is not the end all be all for the SEC. What you care about is the bid and the ask. And honestly, this bid and this ask is from the New York Stock Exchange, one of many other things going on. This is an overreach. I can understand why it looks wonky, but it's just poor code. It's messed up code. And I'm not here to, I guess, like, defend Webull. I don't use Webull. I don't think they should have those problems, but that's not something the SEC would look into. The SEC would look at it and be like, wow, these people suck. That's it. Ask was 50K. Hang on. The ask was 50K. There's no... I'm not seeing the ask of 50K. I see on that picture an ask of 4,000 shares at 42.38. Unless the ask is frozen. Oh, okay. So obviously you need a bit more of a video to see it rather than the chart. I see what you're saying is this ask is filled right here. So once again, though, this is just like a mess up. Because look at the trades, they're still coming through. 62, 62. These are the trades currently being executed on the New York Stock Exchange. But look at the time in sales. Like, obviously, it's trading above 34. This is just frozen. Like, if it's just frozen. Someone said it's been frozen for an hour. It's just frozen. Like, I don't know. I never found a crazy amount of utility in using this just because it's exclusively the New York Stock Exchange. You're missing the NASDAQ, you're missing IEX, you're missing, in total, there's about 12 serious lit exchanges, 16 in total, but there's like 12 big ones. It's seeing this, it's interesting to look at to see where the walls are and aren't, but this is like a poor code problem. you're seeing the time and sales come through properly. 65, 64, 63, 62. It's obviously trading above this ask. This is just frozen right now. That is weird. It's frozen because of manipulation. What does that mean? I'm a little bit confused on that one. Like how would it be manipulative to freeze the level 2 when you're trading above the highest ask on the level 2? I'm not like quite following it. It would be weird if it was frozen and we were continually trading there, but we're trading on top of it, so it didn't like really stop anything. I don't quite get that one. Everything is a conspiracy. When have you ever seen it though? I've never seen it. And other people are saying it's working for them. Did it? Mine isn't working. Mine is definitely frozen right now. Frozen as ice. But I think that's more of Weeble being Weeble opposed to like needing Gensler to step in and like we're wanting Gensler to step in and be like, fix their code for them. They suck at coding. Best Tesla trader, don't look too happy. No, my Tesla is getting completely demolished right now. Completely demolished right now. It's not fun. And actually, I mean, let me know, please, if Gasparino starts talking. But I do want to explain something. So there recently on the Twitter sphere has been an assumption that buying the dip is equivalent to short selling. It's helping short sellers. And actually, some people have gone to the extent of saying that it's the same as short selling. Let me make something specifically clear. No, it is not. In one scenario, when you're buying, you're representing demand. In the other scenario, you're selling, representing supply. They are not only are they not similar, they're actually polar opposites. I know this has been making its rounds, but let me explain it to you. Beyond the fact that you guys just probably know that that's crazy, remember, the market trades within the NBBO, the national best bid, the national best offer. The best bid, let me move this up so I don't hear him. The best bid is the highest willing buyer, and the best offer is the lowest willing seller. So remember, lowest willing seller is the national best offer. The highest willing buyer is the national best bid. And then when the bid and the ask are the same price, that's when a transaction actually goes through. So you're bringing up the bid, you're bringing down the ask. So in this scenario that some people are trying to make of like buying the dip is bad. So, okay, if the price is going down, as in the bid and the ask are going down because the price is the equilibrium between the two, we're going lower, lower, and lower. The argument is we shouldn't buy the bid. Like don't be buying this dip. Do not represent demand because that's somehow helping shorts. That doesn't make sense because if you take away this liquidity, if these bids aren't sitting here, and this like would be a way better explanation if the ask wasn't currently frozen on AMC, but if this size wasn't here, the price drops. If you take away the 107 at 72, then you drop to 71. If you take away the 300 at 73, it drops. Like my point is you need demand represented because if not, it just drops. And then you always drop to the highest willing buyer. So if people aren't buying the dip, you just drop to whoever's actually willing to buy the dip. And if that's very low, that means it goes lower and lower and lower. I can't believe that we are 11 months into this thing and people like somehow like people with a following are stating that this is how the market works. That is not how the market works. Yeah, I find it particularly frustrating because we're 11 months into this. Like I feel that people, especially if you have a following, should understand like the basic mechanisms of the market. Man, that is dangerous to put out there. The assumption that buying the dip is helping short sellers and or potentially worse, the same as short selling is verifiably false. Stocks go up when there's more demand than supply. Stocks fall when there's more supply than demand. It is literally that simple. So all of a sudden, if you're not buying the dip in whatever that scenario is, don't focus on it being a dip or not a dip. Just in general, prices go up if there's more demand than supply. Prices go down if there's more supply than demand. If demand equals supply, the price stays constant. Whether you're dipping, ripping, or something in between, if demand goes away, if demand liquidity disappears, price drops because there's more supply than there is demand. This is an inherent axiom of how the stock market works. Please, this is how the market works. We all need to get on that same page. And if you're reading something or somehow maybe misconstruing what it means, no, all you need to know, the takeaway from this is buying the dip is good. Buying the dip is good. Buying the flat is good. Buying the rip is good. Demand is good. Demand is what pushes the price up. You always want demand to outweigh supply. Demand is good. I don't care where the demand possibly is. But in those scenarios of buying the rip, buying flat, or buying on the dip, somehow does one of those magically turn into helping shorts or being the same as shorting? Absolutely, verifiably, no. Demand is good no matter when it happens. This is an axiom of the market, folks. Supply, demand, price is the equilibrium between the two. All right. Did she start? Hey, Beefy, what rant did I pop into? You like the NASA hoodie? Matt, they're just FUD and trying to infiltrate us. It's good you're informing the new true apes and people with no clue. It's just weird. The person who's putting this out has argued that they've been trading for 10 years. If you're trading for 10 years, you know more about the market than this. That's just factual. Literally just how it works. There's no way you could be around the stock market for 10 years and think that buying dips is helping shorts. You would have learned that that's not true within the first couple weeks, couple months of trading, not a decade. That does not add up in my mind. Seems like even Pico influencers trying to stay relevant. Seems like even Pico influencers trying to stay relevant. Oh man. All right, I'm just waiting for Gasparino to get rocking. This is going to be a fun one. You never know what he's going to say, but you just schedule your afternoon for a Matt Kohrs rant. We don't know what the rant subject matter is going to be, but it's going to be coming. What else do we have? Latest info on Amy. Amy, 16.4% estimated short interest. What else do we have? Hypothetically, let's say your AMC average was 43.66, 200 shares. Hypothetically, would you sell your shares to re-enter at a lower price? If no, why? In hindsight, if you could guarantee that, yeah, that's a smarter play because now you have more at a lower average. But the risk is way too much. Like, there's so many people that it thinks it's that easy. Of like, oh, just buy it back when it's cheaper. Like they say that's so obvious. Oh, just buy it back when it's cheaper. What, like, this is what people focus their entire careers on doing. They try to pick the peaks and the valleys. And now you have people within the community that act like it's just that easy. They're like, oh yeah, you just sell it when it's high and you buy it when it's low. Duh. Like, what? Are you kidding me? There are people who spend decades trying to figure that out. Buy low, sell high. And now you have people who like are just figuring out the market and they're like, oh yeah, no, I can do that all the time. Like, it's not a problem. Like, I read this market like it's the back of my hand. Trust me, man. Like, if you were that good at it, you'd be running your own hedge fund. You'd be operating with millions and millions of dollars. If someone's methodology was that obvious of, oh, you just buy low and sell high. Like, duh, why didn't I think of that one? That, it's so funny. It is, if it were that straight up that someone can do it and just be like, oh yeah, I know it's going to go lower. Okay, if you feel like you've mastered the market that much, have at it. Is it mathematically a better play? Yes, it's mathematically a better play. Are you risking? So, okay, this concept of it, of saying, hey, I want to sell high and I'll buy it back when it's lower. Okay. What if it doesn't go lower is my first question. Like, what if you're selling and that's it? Is like, it actually just starts to take off from there. And then the other thing is like this definition of like, I'm going to sell high and just wait, and then I'll buy back and then wait. What's the difference between it going high and then also like, oh wait, the difference between this height, but also the other one that's going to be high, but also be the MOAS? I just don't get it. There's so many logical inconsistencies with that reasoning. And in a certain way, it's egotistical because apparently people have mastered the market in like the couple months that they've been in the market now. And if you have, awesome. I'm jealous of you. I've been doing this now for a decade and I haven't gotten to that level where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll just buy low, sell high. Why did I not think of that? It's not that simple. I'm being facetious because it's honestly not that simple. And the risk in the scenario of AMC and GME is just too great because if you have a ticket to go to the moon, you're now playing like freaking hot potato with your ticket to the moon of like, I want it, I don't want it. I want it, I don't want it. I want it, I don't want it. It's, if you believe it's going to squeeze to extraordinary heights, what's the difference right now between owning like whatever you own and then like a handful more shares because you were able to like squeeze out a couple pennies and buy a couple more shares? It's just, you're playing hot potato with your rocket ticket. It doesn't make the most sense to me. And a lot of people who are new, it's being overstated how easy it is to trade that. And it's not that easy. Most day traders fail. An absurd 95% of people who attempt day trading lose money when trying to day trade. It is not an easy profession by any means. Cecilia, not a decade, Matt. You're only 24. People are like telling me my own age. They're like, how, Matt? You're 24. Cecilia, where did you get this that I'm 24? And also, where did you think, like informing me of my own age as if I don't know my age? Is he on?
President Biden said to be close
Nope.
to naming the next head.
We're on, pal. All right, I'm just waiting. I have it on. We'll be listening for Gasparino. Like, it's just like wait, what did Cecilia ever respond? You're 24. Like, I'm being informed of what my age is. You're 24. She never responded. I want to know where he's 24.
Slight edge to Leo Brainerd, that there's just too much opposition from
let's go Gasparino. We are talking about the
banks. You had that
Fed
whole insider trading scandal, and you keep hearing about inflation. And as you know, the Fed's main job is to deal with inflation. The bottom line is, I don't know if there's much daylight between, from a policy standpoint, Brainerd and Powell. I mean, they both are doves, and I don't think, I can't imagine that Leo Brainerd is going to be a lot more hawkish on inflation than Powell. So I don't know if you can really blame him for inflation, because the alternative would be even weaker. But that's what we're hearing. And, listen, if you told me 2 months ago that Powell would be 50-50, I would say you're crazy. If you told me 6 weeks ago, I think I reported on your show and Cavuto's show both, that he was in trouble. And he was in trouble because progressives don't like the taper when they cut back on the bond purchases when you're trying to sell a lot of bonds. I mean, right now, the federal government is out there, is going to be printing money, needs to print money like crazy to deal with this infrastructure package and maybe the Build Back America thing. The last thing you need is you need a Fed in the market, at least buying the secondary supply, because there's not enough buyers out there. You might have higher interest rates. So, but this has shifted. I think now you got to give a slight edge to Brainerd. I would say I would be I would not make a bold call.
Let's talk about
myself.
AMC. I want to hear whatever
I'd say
smack he has to
50-50, but
talk
even
about our
50-50
stock.
is pretty remarkable given where we are, and I think that's the culmination of a lot of bad stuff going down around.
We get
Powell,
it. The Fed, they've messed a lot of things up.
I mean,
They've sent inflation sky high. We get it. Yada, yada, yada.
To get him
Open
out.
your mouth out about
And let's
AMC.
Let's
That's the
remember,
exciting thing.
Donald Trump hated him too, and made that very
but
clear.
just remember, he's not exactly a dove, or a hawk. And just remember one thing: the Biden has essentially caved on every nomination to the progressive wing. Now, maybe this is the one where he says enough's enough. But if you look at the FCC, the FTC, you look at Janet Yellen in Treasury, and then you also kind of look at the Justice Department's antitrust division.
All
Look
right,
at the
this
people
is
that he's
getting-
put in those posts.
Don't try to time the market. I had to buy
commissioner
back
to
at
the
62. It
FCC,
sucks if you're bored and you want to make
Gigi
money. You
Sohn,
sell
and,
options
she's
during the
very
downtime.
radically left wing on,
There
on
are
regulatory issues.
6,000 other
He's
equities.
caved to the
If you
left.
want to day
So
trade or
maybe
swing
this is where
trade,
he,
hey,
he
there's
draws a line
many
in the
other,
sand,
probably
but I'm
arguably
telling
better
you, Liz,
options to day trade.
People are giving Leo Brainerd the edge. Do you want to talk about AMC? I know you love that stuff.
Here we go.
I absolutely do.
We're talking about AMC.
Jumping 7% right now, and I heard from a lot of people in the Twitterverse who were excited to see you come back. In fact, one of them told me that I should show you No Mercy.
Yeah.
That, of course, from Cobra Kai. So I'm going to
of
show
course.
you No Mercy.
By the way, how many followers does Cobra Kai have?
Well, it's not Cobra Kai. It's Marie. She's got. Hold on, is that 4 million? Hold on.
4 million.
What does it matter? She had a good
think it's-
gift. She
I
gave me a
think
good
it's
meme
4.
here.
I think it's 4. Well, listen. I don't care if this thing goes to 100. This is not a short squeeze. This is light volume trading going up. This is the apes buying more, and all I'm pointing out is this: if you're going to say, Mr. and Mrs. Apes, get involved in this stock because it's going to 100 because of a short squeeze, I'm going to call you out on it and say you're trying to manipulate the stock going forward because there is no short squeeze. The stock is easily borrowed. Many of the
It's
shorts
a free
are
country.
out.
They can buy whatever they want. How is that an attempted manipulated short squeeze?
Well, if you tout something, you understand what a tout does, right?
Of course, yeah.
If you tout online or wherever baloney, and the short squeeze meme is a baloney. Okay, it's not like I love Adam Aaron. He's doing a great job. I believe now that he's going to sell popcorn in malls, the stock is going to go through the roof. That's one of his diversification plans, by the way.
How about people flooding back into the movie theaters once this nightmare is over?
You can buy AMC popcorn, Liz, and stream your favorite movie.
Extra butter.
You can have your cake too. My point is, if you're going to go out and tout nonsense, that goes, which is demonstrably nonsense. You start, particularly when it comes to stocks, you start getting really close to Stratton Oakmont securities manipulation because those are lies. There's no short squeeze here. It's easily borrowable. We're not going to hit that. Now, maybe stock hits 100 because Adam Aaron is a great CEO, which I think he is, but
it's a
not because of a short
possibility.
squeeze.
Listen, it's already jumped 1,915% year to date. So, again, a lot to play out here. There is a runway as we expect the economy to open up more and more, although right now we have a little bit of a flare-up in COVID cases as we understand it. But Charlie, so lovely to have you back, except you're not here in studio. Are you scared?
I'll be back tomorrow.
I will scratch you.
I will grace you with my presence tomorrow.
Okay.
I might even shave, by the way.
Just shower. That's all I beg. Thank you.
I might shower. Might.
All right, thanks, Charlie. The supply chain trying to play Grinch with holiday retail, but could the elf on the shelf?
What? What was that banter? What? Folks, this is why we do it. This is why we do it. You never know when you're going to find these pieces of gold content. Sometimes you just have to grind it out and out and out, and you wait for the content to find you. And some days it just finds you. Whether it's Charlie Gasparino, apparently not showering, which is weird banter. I don't know. Like if it was a joke, I mean, I think it was a joke. It was just like a bad joke. Like what? I don't know what's the punchline there. Ha, I don't shower. Okay. I'm not even saying I'm some amazing comedian. I know I'm not, but like I at least get that there has to be some sort of like punchline to that. That's weird. Moving on. I always like his need to mansplain to Liz. Like she'll start talking, he doesn't stop. He gets louder, and then when she stops talking, as he's rambled on that entire time, he has to end it with Liz, like comma, Liz. Seriously, watch all their interviews. He's just a guy who likes to talk over it. Like it's weird. It's not fun interviewing or speaking with people like that who just ramble. You try to interject in like a lull in the conversation. They keep rambling, and you can tell it pisses him off because then he's like Liz, comma, Liz. But let's get to the heart of it. Let's get to the heart of what he was really getting into there. So he said demonstrably false. Demonstrably false. That's interesting. Interesting. Because if you think about Gassy Bag, Gasparino, Dipshit Charlie, as some of the people in the biz call it, in the YouTube biz here, Dipshit Charlie, demonstrably false. That's such an interesting word, a phrase for him to allude to there. He's the same guy who he takes YouTubers' content and he says, breaking news. And remember when he pumped Robinhood? Here he is arguing about social media, touting a short squeeze. I'm telling you, folks, is a short squeeze guaranteed? No one on this planet knows. There's risk, reward in every situation. Anyone who tells you otherwise does not know what they're talking about. As of now, here are the facts. There is a chance, a theoretical chance, that 94 plus million shares would have to be covered. If 94 million shares are covered on AMC in quick succession, of course the stock goes sky high. Is that guaranteed? No, I'm not an oracle. I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't even know what I'm having for dinner tonight. But to say that it's impossible, well, I would say that that's demonstrably false. Are we if his argument is, are we currently living in a short squeeze? Like at this moment in time, are we witnessing a short squeeze? Like if that's his argument, well, obviously we're not. The stock is traded it's up 6.8%. It's traded 35 million shares. Like we know it's not squeezing active. Like what? Is my girlfriend Blake Lively? There's just certain things we know are not true. Like, I don't understand where he's coming from. So if there is a scenario in which 94 million plus shares are forced to cover, could the stock go incredibly high? Yes, of course, because on that, we have gamma squeeze, we have FOMO buying. Yes, theoretically, mathematically, it could play out that way. Are we currently living in it? No. Is this event 100% guaranteed? Obviously, also not. But we're living in a scenario where this guy on national TV, demonstrably false. This is the guy who lied about getting nominated for a Pulitzer. He like talking about demonstrably false. The pot calling the kettle black, except in this scenario, it's a kettle calling itself black in its own mirrored reflection. The guy doesn't know journalistic integrity if he kicked him in the ball sack. He literally lied about being nominated for a Pulitzer, and he's complaining about people spreading false information. He's the source of false information. Folks, Gasparino owes my cardiologist a lot of money. The amount that my cortisol levels are through the roof, my blood pressure, everything is going higher and higher and higher. The amount of money that I'm giving directly to my doctors, Gasparino, you got to send my doctor a thank you card or something, because every time you open your mouth, you prove once again that all you give a shit about is viewers. The first question he had in all of this wasn't anything about the mechanics of a squeeze or the success of the business or anything like that. It was, how many followers does that person on Twitter have? Because that's what I care about. Do they have 4 million? Do they have 4? I care about like this person exclusively cares about optics and not truth. And I'm very, very serious when I state it. There's no journalistic integrity. It is sickening to have a platform and knowingly spread false information. A liar through and through. And it's to the point, all it is, it's views, it's reactions, it's, am I playing into it? But Matt, you're playing into it. You're freaking out. Yeah, I am. I don't know. I like how it makes me feel. Am I playing into it? Of course I'm playing into it. I like seeing my doctor. I always get one of those cool stickers and a lollipop if I'm a good person when I'm there and I don't act up too much. My doctor's a great guy, so I don't mind if my heart keeps going crazy because of Gasparino. But in terms of the unfortunate viewers who listen to him, when you're on media, when you have some sort of platform, there are people who assume you're spreading truth just by the fact that you are where you are. That's not good. That is not good, because people can get to certain positions in their life without spreading truth. Gasparino is a good example of that. This right here, we know we're not living currently in a squeeze. Theoretically, if 94 million shares cover, would that cause things to go completely freaking haywire? Of course it would. Is it guaranteed? No. Should we care mostly about how many Twitter followers we have? Come on. Come on. This is all such a sad play for relevance, views, likes, and engagement. That's all this is. Nothing more, nothing less. It is not a true depiction of what is or isn't going in our media. Please do not forget that this is the exact same guy that his reasoning for being against payment for order flow is North Korea doesn't have payment for order flow. Thus, if the U.S. didn't have payment for order flow, the U.S. would then be like North Korea. So I know we just went through some extreme mental gymnastics, but if you join me on that journey, you would realize that we have done like a hop, flip, and a jump into the world of Looney Tunes land. But I guess that's also just the mind of Charles Gasparino. Have you seen a screen grab? Are you seeing the ask below the bid? How's that even possible? Yeah, it's a mess up on Webull. If you double check it with another level 2 source for the New York Stock Exchange, you'll see a proper one. It's a mess up, a software mess up on Webull. It's not indicative of malfeasance. I'll take AMC to 100 before the short start covering. Looking at CLA this week, presenting a medical conference Thursday, a few extra AMC attendees. I mean, if the conference goes well, that seems to be pretty, I guess, binary. Like, I just don't know. If they announce something good, that should be awesome. But if they don't, I would assume that's detrimental then. AMC level 2. Yeah, I mean, once again, this is... it's another thing in the community, and I get it. It looks weird, but with my background of like understanding, I guess, just basic coding mess ups, and also the fact that the time in sales is normal, this seems to be a software issue on Webull of just literally a graphical display. That seems to be the problem. It's a tech mess up. It's not like the time in sales is coming above whatever that mess up is. Like, I think it's frozen at like, what, 34? We have trades above it right now. So it just shows you it's a tech issue. It's not, I guess, indicative of anything more sinister. What's this exit plan you speak of? If time in the market was easy, everyone would figure out, and it wouldn't be easy for long. Exactly. Tesla level 2 is messed up as well. I mean, if it's messed up on various ones, isn't that kind of proof? Look at that. It's messed up on every equity. Look right there. Tesla's messed up. Apple currently messed up. Look at Apple's also frozen, but the bid's above it. The S&P 500. Look at it. It's every equity. And I think sometimes people get like so... They act as if AMC and GME is the only stock. Just quickly check it on another one. It's not. It's just frozen here. But what other stock do you want me? I don't know. DKNG. Look at this. The bid is above the ask. It's just obviously a software mess up on Webull, and I'm sure they're going to be pushing out a fix probably relatively soon because everyone is like pointing out their software mess up. But even that, like it's weird. Like, I mean, I'm even seeing these comments that people are like mad that they're like, why would you just shoot it down like that? Because it's just the truth. Like, we're here to spread the truth, not a confirmation bias that makes you feel better. Like, we're here to spread the truth. That's very, very important. Didn't you have a prompt to update when you turned it on? Yeah, so I did, but I haven't updated mine in a while. That one's been there. My girlfriend's husband does the coding. Will you check the new FTD data on Ortex? Did the new FTD data come out? Nice. FTD, failure to deliver. Nothing like getting it super late. The latest reading is 6,000, so not much relative to what it used to be. At one point in June, we had millions, 4 million, 4 million, 4 million every single day, 3 million, 3.5, 3.7, 4.4, millions, millions, millions. And now we currently have 6,000. I've previously spoken about this, but I think the insidious things that actually occur, they've gotten smart enough about selling stock that they don't have, that they pull off some of their shenanigans more so in the options market. I think if you want to see the crazy things actually going on a little bit here, yeah, we have about 6,000 as of October 29th. But I personally believe that they've smartened up to that. And if you're looking for something that's like maybe secondary evidence to a smoking gun of sorts, it would be more so in deep in the money puts, deep in the money calls. Confucius says manipulating software gives you hardware. AMC back over 43. Let's get going. Can you explain FTDs and how they affect a stock? So this is an amazing question. So FTD is failure to deliver. So basically, it's an umbrella term. There's various types of FTDs. The most common one that especially this community speaks about is naked shorting. So failure to deliver in the most generic sense means either you didn't have the goods or you didn't have the cash. So if you said you were going to buy stock and you put in the order and it got executed, but you didn't have the cash, well, that's a failure to deliver. If you're trying to sell stock that you don't have, well, that's a failure to deliver. In the first scenario, you didn't have the cash. In the second scenario, you didn't have the goods. Basically, it means you can't make good on whatever your promise was at the highest level. So a type of that, I guess, mess up is naked shorting, because naked shorting is selling stock you don't have. So that is an FTD. There are other types, and unfortunately, when we get the FTD report, it doesn't specify what type of FTD it is or even who prompted it. That's kind of an issue with FTD reporting. But I mean, there shouldn't, like, especially if you look at June in AMC or if you look at January in GME, those numbers should not be seen. That means something went wrong. Like, systematically something went wrong to have the spike in FTDs we had. To me, it screams manipulation. So the second part of your question was, how could it impact the price? It's highly dependent on the type of FTD. If it's naked shorting, you're bloating supply with demand being the same and or less. So that drives the price down. But that's just one type. So it still comes back to what is the type of FTD. Truth, transparency equals trust. T3 or TQ, my goal for the markets. Mike, shout out. I like that. T3, trust, transparency. Truth plus transparency equals trust. It would be nice to have a little bit more trust in the overall system. Oh, man. What else do we have? What other questions do we have? Ask your doctor about FTDs. Oh, Tesla breaking my heart today. breaking my heart. There was actually some sort of Tesla update. AMC shares spiked to recent high as hearing investors business named a new buy. As Business Daily named a new buy? Business Daily. AMC. Business Daily. Is this the Swiss bank thing? Swiss bank. Business Daily. AMC. News. I think it's, I'm not 100% positive, but I think this is in reference to the Swiss National Bank purchasing AMC. What else do we have? After 18 months, Musk finally sells his Bay Area mansion. What else do we have? Tesla shares. Tesla Model S/X delivery slip all the way to 2023 for cheapest version. I don't even know what that means. Tesla stock keeps dipping. What might be next? Interesting. AMC looking good. GME also looking good. Both of these moon stocks looking solid. What other questions do we have as we have about 10 more minutes? 10 minutes of rapid fire. AMC 0 shares to borrow. No, I think that's wrong. If you're looking on, what is it? I guess like maybe Fintel. I don't know what your data source is, but if it's Fintel or Stonko Tracker, that's exclusively sourcing it from Interactive Brokers, which is one broker. You have to consider all brokers because remember, different brokers have different pools of shares that they can lend depending on their share ownership. So what you're going to care about is more so of the overall utilization. We have about 18% to go. So that's a good 18 million shares that could be lent out. There are clearly more than 0 shares available to loan out if you're speaking about AMC. There's no shares to borrow. That's incorrect. There's about roughly 18 million among all the brokers, all the major brokers. Did I see the Prague FTDs? Was there quite a few of Prague? For all the Proglodytes who are listening. Prague. Let's see the Prague FTDs. I think we need to go advanced and right. Whoa there. That's crazy. This shows something is going on with Prague. The argument that this is not good. This is not a healthy system. This shouldn't be happening. What was this spike? 8.8 million on October 5th. These numbers, if you're looking for things that are, I guess, being maliciously attacked, look at Prague, folks. Utilization, 99.9%. Shares on loan, 36.6 million. Estimated short interest, 32.5%. The FTDs are sky high. The cost to borrow is 117%. This has literally every single metric of being abusively attacked. The only thing that I see missing is that mainstream media is not attacking Prague. That's like the only thing of like, whoever's in Prague, you're stupid. And that's like really getting nitpicky. It has a high short interest. It's on the lower end of the float. It's like kind of a smaller medium float one. Utilization sky high. Cost tomorrow sky high. This is nuts. FTDs up the wazoo. Prague is nuts, man. This is absolutely nuts what's going. This should not be happening. This, in my mind, is not too far off of what happened to GameStop in January. Check out these FTDs. Look at this. It just grew. And at one point it had a lot. That was million. But remember, it's also proportionate. I mean, at that point, GME had a smaller float. But look at just how many there were. And then it led to insanity. We should not be having, this needs to be investigated. What happened? Why were there so many FTDs? And right after insanity, why do all the FTDs cool off? What happened in January for GME? What happened in June for AMC? What's happening in Prague right now? Like, that is insane. It is truly, truly insane. It is not indicative of a properly functioning market. Matt, full disclosure, you got a Prague position. Yeah, I do. I own some shares. I actually like Prague for more than a squeeze. Like, I legitimately think Prague is an undervalued company. I'm if it squeezes, that's cool. I'll make more money. But I mean, Prague's coming in at $500 million, 500 million, and it's disrupting a $10 billion a year, like, part of its business is disrupting something that's what, 20x. I think Prague, I'm in it and I'm happy to sit on it because I think it's a good company. I think it's undervalued. But if it squeezes, which it has everything it needs to, that's sick. Drop 1K in Lucid before close to beat PDT because earnings will be good. Pick red or green and I'll decide. Green it is. Going all in. Thank you. What's going on, Big Shop? Prague. I mean, if let me put it this way. If you're in AMC or GME or a combo of the two, because you're like, hang on, I see an opportunity where Wall Street took an egregious bet, they're abusing a stock, and we might be able to make money off like calling them on their BS. How is Prague any different? High utilization, high cost to borrow, high short interest, a clear amount of FTDs in real time right now. I just don't really see the difference. Prague probably has a smaller community. So if you're putting a lot of emphasis on community support, okay, Prague is growing, it's there, but I mean, I'm in it. I'm not going to miss it. My broker doesn't offer Prague. Oh, I wonder why. I thought Prague trades on the NASDAQ. If you have access to the NASDAQ, you should be able to trade Prague. I'm 6 million FTDs. That's nuts. Why does Prague? Why does Prague have? I like how when you look up FTD, they're like, oh, sometimes they happen just from a clerical error. Like, talk about a freaking clerical error. Wild. So people in the UK are saying that they don't get Prague. I wonder why. Is Prague on the threshold list? It used to be. Let me just double check for you right now. I'll check as of Friday. NASDAQ. Threshold list. Prague. Yes, it is on it. So here's the breakdown with Prague. It's on the threshold list. High short interest, roughly 30%. High utilization, roughly 99%. Cost to borrow, over 100%. FTDs out the wazoo. Undervalued company. Even without the short aspect, it's an undervalued company. It's disrupting the entire Humera industry, which is a $10 billion a year thing, industry. And instead of, they have the patent for it to be injected. They have the patent to stop injections, I should say. They have an oral delivery method. And right now Humera is being injected. So of course, is there a guarantee? No, but like, geez, it's pretty obvious to me. It seems like a high edge bet. Trying to assemble testimonials to help. As you can imagine, the expectation that I can do with 3 decades of professional wisdom and know-how into 200 words amid a sea of rockets probably doesn't make the poor communicator team. Thanks for everything, Duck Lord. Did you see what happened to Mara today? Mara. What's Mara? That's Marriott apparently going red. Mara, whoa. Well, was there an announcement on Mara? Like, this can't be because of Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin's down, but geez. Mara's down 27%. There had to be some sort of announcement. Some sort of announcement related to it. And dragging celebrities to a YouTuber looking at charts, talking to emojis who doesn't answer his phone hasn't exactly made that any easier. Yeah, I don't really like my phone, folks. I like to, when I'm not here, I like to decompress from technology. You know, let me put it this way. You don't need a phone to scream at yourself in a mirror. Mara is being investigated and asked to turn over the records of their mining locations. Whoa. What else do we have? SEC subpoena. Ugh, that's not good. That is not a good scenario. Mara has been subpoenaed. And also had a bet, but the earnings report was a bit ago. It wasn't today. And the definition of insanity is what? Kinky Kong. Oh, man. Folks, we have a couple seconds left. I'm just giving you that warning. If you're battling PDT and you need to get a trade in. Some Canadian brokers don't allow certain stocks because the settlement type will simple won't let me buy Prague or DWAC. Oh. Strange. Okay, so it sounds like it's a brokerage if you have a particular brokerage. I mean, in the US, it should be easy to get. But remember, that's not financial advice. Buy what you want. Do your own DD. I've been in Prague for a hot minute. Please do your own research. Don't buy because I buy. That's ridiculous. Anywho, ding, ding, ding. The casino is closed. Folks, the casino is closed to kick off this week, Monday, November 15th. We're about halfway through it. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Time definitely flies when you're having fun. AMC, great day, up 6.7%. GME, great day, up 3.48%. And Prague, great day, up 16.84%. A lot of things going on, and I'll make sure to touch on all the exciting things in the update video. So in an hour or two, I'll be posting an update video on this channel, not a live stream, a VOD. So make sure to check that out. Click the notification bell, put on your whatever you need to. It's the bell, click on it, set always. So that will be coming out. The clips from the stream, my reaction to Gasparino, my explanation of how, I guess really how buying the dip is not similar to selling short. That will all go on Kohrs Lite. So make sure you're checking out Kohrs Lite. I'll get the other stuff on this channel. But most importantly, thank you. I appreciate all the support. All of you apes are absolutely fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with me. If it was 1 second or for hours and hours today, I truly do appreciate it. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for being the absolute coolest apes on the entire internet. I'll catch you in the update video this evening, and then I will be live streaming tomorrow bright and early at 9 a.m. Thank you. And as always, from me and Cher, best of luck in the markets.